What is going on, guys? Broken Eyes coming at you today with a brand new deck profile, kind of not brand new but update, and it's a Cyberdark Dragons and draft again. It's a good change, this deck, compared to my last one. I've added, obviously, as you can see, Desperado Barrel Dragon. And I know it's not officially like it wasn't like made for this deck, but it feels like it was made for this deck just because of the way it was done or whatever. So I just wanted to show you the deck. It's actually really, really fun. A lot of people have been showing like Legendary Dragon, Legendary Duelist 2, like ancient gear decks and stuff, and I just think Cyberdark Dragons are a lot better, just because I don't like ancient gears. But yeah, Cyberdark Dragons definitely underrated. I was playing against a few dueling book duels and stuff, and I've actually won most of them, which is really good. Not a lot of the time I can say that for a lot of the decks that you actually play, because some people are just running OTKs or most current meta stuff. So yeah, but other than that, it is really, really good. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into deck profile, and yeah. So first off, you're gonna want to run 3 Desperado Barrel Dragon. It's just really, really cool. Basically, what it is if one of your dark machine type monsters get destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then once per battle phase, you can flip a coin 3 times. If the amount of times it heads, you get to destroy a card on the field. You give up your attack for that, but if there's problematic cards on the field, you can just destroy those, and if you don't get any heads, that's not great at all. But look, it is a really, really good card. It's 2800 meter, and it's more fuel for Cyber Darkness Dragon later on down the line, because Cyber Darkness can equip machines or dragon type monsters. So there's that. Next, we have 3 Cyber Dragons. Definitely a must-have again. Cyber Dragons is just really, really good for Mega Fleet and Fortress Dragon and Chimera Tech, Over Dragon, different things like that you can actually use, just a little bit of extra help, because the Cyber Dark Dragons kind of need that, and Cyber Dragon is just a really, really cool card as well. I mean, like, with the new Lincoln support and stuff coming out as well, I'm sure I'll add a few more Cyber Dragons to this deck as well. Next, 3 of the Cyberdark Cannon, definitely one of the best searcher ones in the deck. So basically what this does is you discard it from your hand, and you can search any Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand, which is really cool. And then if it's equipped with the original Cyberdark monsters, I'll show you their effects now in a sec, but it can equip itself to those, and if it attacks, you get to basically Foolish Burial any monster from the deck to the grave, and also if it is sent to the graveyard at any stage, you get to draw a card. So pretty good little combos there you can do with that. The next is Cyberdark Claw. Second best one of these, the fact that it just searches your Cyberdark spell and traps, which is only the field spell. I don't have the fusion. I have the fusion in Japanese, and I was going to do like show you what I'd run instead of it or whatever or for it, but it's no point. You can run the deck just as good without it. So yeah, so what this one does is if it's attacked while equipped to a monster, you can send one of your extra deck monsters from the extra deck to the grave. So for that, I have different cards I'll show you, but basically like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to fuel up Cyber Darkness Dragon. But there's other cards as well I'll go over now in a few minutes. But yeah, really, really good. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, you can, while it's equipped or just sent to the graveyard, you can take a Cyber Dark card in your graveyard and add it back to your hand, which you don't really use that effect as much. Next, 2 Cyberdark Horn. All these have the same effect. These are my dual terminal ones. All these have the same effect, that they can target a dragon type monster with a level 3 or lower dragon type monster and equip it to it. So with the claw and the cannon, they become 2400 attack when they're summoned, which is pretty cool, and each one has their own individual effects. Horn inflicts piercing, edge attacks directly if you make it half its attack, and Cyberdark Keel, when it destroys a monster, inflicts 300 damage. Very, very old cards, are not great. They're all dark type as well, which is really good with a lore. So yeah. Then we're running 2 hand traps, running Ash Blossom and Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is better in this format, and Ash Blossom is just really, really cool card as well. But yeah, it's running a little bit of extra help. Then the one Destrudo and the one Ling Ling, whatever. So Desperado, basically, it can pay half its life points to special summon itself from the grave or field or whatever. That's where we're running a Dragon Shrine. And then Ling Ling can basically... it makes one of your normal Cyberdark monsters, it can basically be on the field and equip itself to it and make their original attack 1000, so it goes from 24 to 26, and it can attack twice as well as being equipped to another monster as well as this. That's it for the monsters. Next, we're running 3 Cyberdark Infernal. Cyberdark Inferno is one of the best spell cards in the deck. You kind of definitely need it. So what it does is your opponent can't target Cyberdark effect monsters for effects, can't target or activate effects on them, or they're unaffected by spell or traps or monster effects, which is pretty cool. And then the other effect they have is, just say you have a Cyberdark, one of the original ones, you normal summon, and then you equip Cyberdark Cannon or Claw from the graveyard to it. What you can do is add that monster back to your hand, so you'd get the effect of like Cannon to draw a card, and then you can normal summon it again for free to get the monster back on the field, but you get that sent to the graveyard effect off the Claw and Cannon. So there's that. And then if it's destroyed, obviously if this is destroyed, you get to search a polymerization or fusion card from your deck to your hand, which comes in handy as well, because you can go for an Overload Fusion or Future Fusion. Self-explanatory, 3 Allure of Darkness, just because most of them you're running is dark, except for the Sabre Dragon and the hand traps. Next, we're running 3 Future Fusions. Future Fusion's actually been working out really well for me, the fact that it's at 3 now in the current ban list. What you do is you activate it, then on the second turn you get to send all the stuff to the graveyard to fuel up your graveyard or whatever. You can do this for... It's really handy when you have Overload Fusion in your hand as well, so there's always that old combo of Future Fusion, Overload Fusion. If you activate Future Fusion and then activate Overload Fusion to get rid of that wait time. And then on the second standby phase you get to special summon the Fusion monster. Speaking of Overload Fusion, we have 3 Overload Fusion. Now, I was going to say you could just take one out for Cyberdark Impact if you wanted. Overload Fusion basically does the exact same thing. I have actually, one of them must be errated or something there. These ones must be newer because it looks different on the whole text. But basically what to do is just special summon a machine type fusion monster from the graveyard by banishing its materials from the grave. And next we have 2 Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion just helps you summon your Elder Entity, your Thousand Eyes Restrict, and yeah, so there's that. Next we have Dragon Shrine to get rid of your Desperado or Ling Ling, send them to the graveyard. Soul Charge, because that's pretty much game. Your Monster Reborn and your limiter removal, just to double your attack, because you can get a Cyber Darkness Dragon up to, I think it's 6,500 attack is the max you can get up to, and then 6,500 doubled is what, 12, 13,000 or something like that. I don't know, I'm not great at maths, but yeah, so that's pretty much OTK'd. Next, for the extra deck, let's just get into it. We have Cyber Darkness Dragon, definitely one of the coolest artworks, and hopefully this deck gets support in the future. So you have 2 Cyber Darkness Dragons. Basically what this card can do is target a machine or dragon type monster in the graveyard and gain the attack as well as it. So for instance, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is 4,500, it becomes 65. Yeah, and then if your opponent activates an effect, while this is equipped card, you can negate it by destroying the equipped card and destroying the monster or whatever it equipped. Then we have Cyberdark Dragon, the original. So this one gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyard, and you have to use Cyberdark Horn, Edge, and Keel. And also you can equip a dragon type monster from the graveyard. So even with Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, it still becomes 55, which is still pretty good. Next, we have the 1 Mega Fleet Dragon. Mega Fleet Dragon is just really good. If your opponent has an extra deck monster in the extra monster zone and you have Cyber Dragon, get a 2400 beater for free and then get rid of your opponent's extra deck monster. Then we have Fortress. In case your opponent's using machine type monsters or you want to get rid of your own board to make this card stronger, you can do that as well, or like Soul Charger. Then we have Chimera Tech Overdragon. Chimera Tech Overdragon can actually get up really high with Overload Fusion. The fact that you're milling a lot of your machine types, all you need is a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, go for this, and then this can go for game as well. Then you have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, just Descend with Claw. Then we have Predaplant Chimera Flesia. You send this with Claw and you can add a Polymerization or Fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. We run 2 of those. I was thinking of swapping that for 2 Elder Entity Ints. That's why I have the Sea Monster of Theseus. So far you can use Sea Monster of Theseus just for the Link monsters, but it was supposed to be another Elder Entity Ints. Or I could add a few Synchro monsters in there to go with the Claw or Cannon, to go for level 7s. Or 8, sorry. And then there was other stuff that was supposed to be Synchro monsters I was going to run, but I never ran anyway, and I was just going to run Elder Entity Ints, because when you can do Future Fusion, or you can send this with Claw, and you can destroy a card your opponent controls and special them level 4 from your hand. Then we have the 1000 Eyes Restrict to take your opponent's monsters, and that's for that. Then for the Link monsters, we have Firewall Dragon, Decode Talker, and Cleave Genius. Cleave Genius works well with Cyber Dragon. It takes 2 machine type monsters. Everyone knows a Firewall and Decode Talker do. And yeah, so that is it for the deck profile, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Now, the extra deck isn't fully complete yet. I'm still thinking about Synchro monsters or what to take out and stuff. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.